I've studied over 100 online coaching businesses and seen probably thousands of broadcast emails in the last 2 years. And all the best ones have something in common, and that's emotion. They create emotions that get you to pay attention. Specifically, there are 3 primary emotions that do this. I'm going to walk you through what each of them are and how you can use them to write better subject lines for your emails. All right, so before we dive into the emotions, I just want to clarify something. All the best emails come with both a subject line and a preview line. The preview line is that gray text that shows up next to the subject line, and it's super important to follow up on the subject line. So by default, emails don't come with preview lines. You actually need a special email platform that supports this. So if your email platform doesn't support it, I highly recommend getting your hands on one that does. All right, so the first emotion is curiosity. And this is personally my favorite emotion because it's very hard to overuse. When people feel curiosity, they feel the need to take action, to find out what is the source of the curiosity, right? They want to close the loop. That's one of the things you'll see all of these 3 emotions do is they create open loops, meaning there's a feeling in the reader's mind of I need to know, I need to find out more. So curiosity is probably my favorite way to do this. The other 2 are a little more negative, so that's why I tend to lean more towards curiosity. Let me show you an example of a bad headline that tries to utilize curiosity but doesn't do a good job. So here it is. This is the subject line and the preview line. A helpful email strategy for getting clients. My go-to strategy for email campaigns. So this is really weak because it doesn't create a vivid, specific, tangible idea in the reader's mind. A helpful email strategy for getting clients. When you read that, do you actually feel like you want to click it? Probably not. Maybe if you're really in the mood for an email strategy or you're having a real problem with email, you'll click it. But let's look at a good example. The 9-word email that booked a 3K client and why I'll never do it again. So this is much more specific. We're using numbers here. Numbers do a great job of creating a tangible feeling in the reader's mind. But specifically, this seems like a crazy claim, right? And obviously you want to be careful with what claims you're making when you're doing this. But if a 9-word email can book a 3K client, then I want to know how that works, right? And the preview line, and why I'll never do it again, adds further intrigue because it doesn't make any sense. If you had this crazy success, why would you not do it again? So this is an example of creating curiosity by just creating something that's outrageous and specific. Okay, the last emotion is anger. So this is the one I tend to lean into the least because anger is something that you can actually, if you use it wrong, you can make people angry at you instead of angry at something else. So the good way to use anger is to get people angry about something that's already in their life that they don't like. I think it can really be misused if you target real people with this, or if you create too much anger, you really will degrade your brand over time. So a bad version of an anger-based subject line: the experts are lying to you. Stop listening to bad advice. It's too generic. It's not specific, right? It doesn't create a real enemy in the reader's mind. It doesn't make people outraged. That's the whole point of an anger-based subject line. We need to outrage people. So a good version of this would be, this guru advice wasted 6 weeks of my time and cost me $5,000. Now this is much more specific, much more real. Like this, if I was reading this, I'd get angry that there is a person out there who's actually doing this, and I want to make sure that that person isn't telling me advice also, right? So that's why I would click on this. All right, so those are the 3 emotions. All the best emails I've seen employ one or more of these at once: curiosity, fear, and anger. As I've said, I like to use curiosity the most and anger the least, but you can experiment with whatever works for you. So if you're interested in an email platform built for coaches and designed to get you more clients, Ambit currently offers a 30-day free trial that comes with all the tools you need to grow online. That link's in the description. Aside from that, thanks for watching, keep killing it, and have a wonderful day.